Target and Kmart in Australia have both decided that they will no longer restock their shelves with Grand Theft Auto 5, upsetting many gamers. And part of the reason why they've done this is because they've responded to a petition that's been signed by more than 40,000 people who are against the violence and the depiction of women in the video game, okay? Now, to be fair, everyone in the video game, including the person playing it, is depicted pretty poorly, okay? Because it's a Grand Theft Auto game, I should say. But let me give you some more details on how women are depicted, and this is according to Gizmodo. Female characters in Grand Theft Auto are poorly drawn. They're either prostitutes or wailing, nagging buffoons. The handful that remain inevitably become damsels in distress. There are very few women in the world of Grand Theft Auto that exist outside this spectrum. So this is what upsets a lot of women, and the people who actually started the petition are rape survivors and sexual assault survivors. So they felt that this was just absolutely ridiculous, and so they were against it. Now, Target and Kmart both responded to the petition by no longer restocking their shelves with the game. But, you know, regardless of what you think about their decision, understand that the reason why they did that is because their target demographic is not gamers. Their target demographic is mothers, right? Mothers go there for the shopping. And so if this is a big news story and a mom hears that this is going on, you know, what is she likely to do?
She might not show up at Target.
Yeah.
And so it's one thing to lose money on one game. It's another thing to lose a lot of customers that would affect all the things that they buy, right? So that's why they made the business decision that they did. Now, on the merits of this, it's hard not to agree with them. Look, I don't play Grand Theft Auto, so you're going to say, oh, okay, you can. But my small interactions with the game have been completely as they described it. Okay, so the women are as they say. But as you pointed out in the beginning, everybody in the game's loathsome.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that the primary, like the protagonist, looks like he does. I'm like, who wants to be that guy?
So I haven't actually sat down and played it myself because I'm video game illiterate, but I have sat down for a very long time and watched my brother play it with my cousins.
That sounds even worse. The only thing worse than playing a game you don't like is watching somebody else play.
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I found it, like, of course it's offensive in the way that it depicts people, not just women, people in general, right? But it was kind of amusing. Like, as I was watching that, I'm like, wow, this is one of the most violent things I've ever seen in my life. But it's not available to kids, right? It's supposed to be available to adults.
Sure.
And I don't want to I don't want to ban everything that makes me uncomfortable or offends me, right? I want to have a dialogue, and I'd like to have some scientific research into whether or not this video game is actually leading to violence toward women, because that's the real concern. And honestly, study after study proves that video games do not lead to violence, okay? And I can understand why gamers think that this is very hypocritical of Target, because Target also has a movie section or DVD section, and how many violent movies are they selling on a daily basis?
So the bottom line on all of this is, I actually think that it probably does affect pop culture in some way. I don't think that it leads to violence. That's a completely different thing. But look, the more everybody plays this game, it's a hugely popular game, the more these things start getting embedded in your head. But we put that under the category of sad day for you, okay? Because as much as, of course, that particular group that's petitioned there, you feel terrible for them and you understand their concern, all yada yada. But you can't single out one game. I mean, they're oodles and oodles of violence and horrible stereotypes and so many different games, movies, and then there's the internet. Even if you banned everything at Target, they can still go on the internet, and there's always donkey sex on the internet.
Here's the thing, when you try to ban things, it doesn't solve the problem, right? Just when you're upset by something, you should be an adult and talk it out and figure out what you can do to make the situation better. When you just want to brush it under a rug and ban it because it hurts your feelings, I don't think you're really being an adult about it, right? So in this case, I agree with you, singling out one video game is a really bad idea, right? And also, look, I think about all the little things that I see on a daily basis that I don't like. I don't like the way women are depicted in Carl's Jr. ads, right? Like they're fucking burgers constantly. Like, I don't like that, but am I gonna ban Carl's Jr. ads? No.
They're fucking the burgers.
So, have you seen a Carl's Jr. ad?
No, believe me, I've seen it many, many times.